Hello, hello. Welcome to class. We are making creamy garlic chicken parmesan. So you should have your cookbook. You can scale this to where it's larger. Feel free to print out your recipes. Make this as a keepsake for years to come. And you can enlarge the pictures or you can make them nice and small and make a smaller cookbook. But we're going to get started with our creamy garlic parmesan pasta. All right, so first what we're going to need, you can follow along with me. If I go too fast, feel free to stop the video, and you can always rewind it and replay it. I'm going to use 2 large chicken breasts. So the recipe calls for, let me double check, I believe it's 1 pound of chicken breast, and we're going to cut these into strips. So all you got to do, be really careful when you hold a knife, put your finger there. And when you're holding things, kind of bear claw it, so you're not at risk of cutting your fingertips. Just kind of tuck those fingers in, and you're going to want your strips to be, let me show you. Let me cut one more. And if you need a grown-up to help you with this, feel free to ask. You're still learning how to cook. Nothing wrong with asking for help. Or maybe you could do 1 or 2 and they can do a bunch more. So just some nice little strips. We're going to go down and cut all of these. All these strips. Just have it all ready ahead of time. There are ways that you can make it where you cook the chicken breast first and then slice it. But this gives us a nice, even cook through. So we don't have to worry quite as much. So you can do this along with me. Like I said, if I go too fast, you can definitely rewind. And in the classroom comments section, I'd love to hear what your favorite chicken meal is. You can also upload a picture when you're done. So these are starting to get kind of long. We can leave them long or we can cut those in half. That is up to you. I will leave that up to you. All right, so I got the first chicken breast done, just about. And it just works better with boneless chicken. That way people can just dig in and enjoy it. If you wanted to, you could make them cubes instead of strips. That's one thing that's fun about cooking, is as you go along, you can kind of see how you like to make your food the best. All right, so this one's kind of thick, but I'm still going to cut it into strips, and then we will season it. So take your time. Safety is what's important. I've been cooking a lot longer than you, so I might be going faster than you, and that's okay. Like I said, you can always stop the video. Just get this all sliced up. And as we are cooking this, we're going to start cooking our pasta. The recipe calls for penne pasta. And let me show you what that is. So it's just a different kind of shape. You can see it right there, penne pasta. You can do other things like elbow macaroni. In a pinch, you can even do spaghetti noodles or the curly cues. I just happen to like it with the penne pasta, and that's also what the recipe calls for. You can use wide egg noodles. You can even make your own. And if you have a gluten allergy, you could even put this over rice instead of noodles. Just make sure all the other ingredients are gluten-free. All right, so we are slicing this up. Almost there, guys. And my favorite part about cooking is you get to try new recipes. I'm going to start making some cooking classes for recipes around the world. I know my family's Dutch, and I've been able to enjoy some Dutch food. Also, like my father, he was Lithuanian, and my grandmother used to make some Lithuanian food. All right, so this piece is a little big. This one I'm going to cut down. I'm going to cut it in half and then cut this one. That way they can kind of cook up evenly. That way you don't have some pieces getting ready to burn and others still cooking through. So see how I just kind of made it a little bit smaller. This one's kind of big. I'm going to cut this in half. You can kind of tweak it as you go. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It all kind of cooks up and it's going to taste delicious anyways. All right, this one's nice and thick. I'm going to cut that one down too. All right, so now what we need is we need our salt and pepper. Before we grab that, I want us to put in, I believe, 1 tablespoon. Let me double check. All right, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of oil into our skillet. So let me wash my hands real quick. You definitely want to practice food safety so nobody gets sick. All right, so we're going to put our burner on medium. For me, that is a 5. It might say MED, but we're going to put it on medium. And then we're going to add 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of oil. So it should be 1 with a capital T or 1 TBS. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in. So if you use olive oil, that seems to give it the best flavor. And just put that on in there. We're going to let that heat up. So as that is heating, we're going to go back over to our chicken and season that up. Get some salt and pepper on it. Make it absolutely delicious. You can be a little bit generous, not too generous, but a little bit generous with the salt and pepper because it's going to cook down in that oil. So get both sides. We're going to start with one side and then flip it over. Just kind of shake it on. Nice little coating. And then just kind of flip it over. We're going to get the other side coated too. And you guys can take your time and flip them over. Doesn't have to be exact. If you miss a couple pieces, that's all right. Cooking should be fun, not stressful. All right, so now we're going to do the other side. And then we're going to do our pepper. A nice little dusting on it. I'll show you what it looks like. So here's my salt and pepper chicken. You can kind of see it. And I'm going to slide that on in to my skillet. Alright, so I'm going to wash my hands again. Our hair should be up. That way our hair doesn't fall into our food. Because that doesn't, it's not too pleasant for company if they're going to go ahead and take a nice little bite and they get their hair, your hair in it. Alright, so now that's cooking up. We're going to want to fill up our pot about halfway full with some water. And I like to add in salt into the water. It lowers the boiling point, plus it helps it from sticking the pasta. So take a little bit of salt, get about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon in there. About a half teaspoon is probably best. Just kind of either shake it in there or measure it out. Also gives it a little bit more flavor. And we'll let that start to boil. We want to pre-boil our water. Just where it starts getting little bubbles. It doesn't have to be a full rapid boil. But when it gets a little bit of bubbles going, that helps prevent the noodles from sticking. Also, it helps prevent the water from getting super starchy. It makes a difference. Always preheat your water. Alright, so then as that's cooking up, we're going to let the chicken sit on each side for a little bit. We don't want to over stir. We want to give it some time to heat up. And then our next step, as we're getting everything ready, you're going to want to have some oil, some butter. At this time, if you have garlic cloves, fresh garlic, you're going to take about 4 sections of the garlic cloves. I just use pre-minced garlic. It is okay to do that. So you can have either fresh or pre-minced garlic. Either way is fine. It is a little bit better if you can do fresh garlic. But we're going to use this. So right now, as this is heating up, you can go ahead and stop the video if you need to chop your garlic. But before you do that, I want you to stir your chicken one time. So if you're going to stop your video, do not forget to pay attention to your chicken. Just kind of coat it in that oil. Give it a little stir. One thing I want you to be aware of is some pots and pans, the handles heat up. So be sure to use a hot pad to hold on to your pots and pans. And also, it's a good idea to turn your handles, if you have a long frying pan, turn your handles inward. That way nobody pulls it down on them. So food safety, also personal safety is important. All right, and we're also going to want our heavy cream and our milk. So go ahead and chop up those garlic cloves. For those of you who are sticking around, we're going to stir one more time. It's starting to smell really good. I'm going to prepare the next ingredients that we're going to need. So after this is done cooking, we're going to need butter, garlic, and then our heavy cream and milk. Okay, so we're almost there. So let me get that all together. I got my butter, my garlic, my milk and cream. Take a peek at our water. My water is not yet starting to boil yet, so I'm going to wait on that a little longer. But one other thing that I'm going to start doing is I have a Thanksgiving class coming up to where you can make a full Thanksgiving meal. So if you're interested in that, just send me a little message and I'll send you the link to that classroom. But we're going to do different desserts and different side dishes, also the great big turkey. And afterwards, there's going to be like a leftover turkey class because a lot of times we have turkey that's left over. We don't quite know what to do with. We can do turkey tetrazzini, turkey sandwiches. We can do turkey salad, kind of like a chicken salad, all these different recipes. So lots of exciting things coming on. All right, so our chicken's cooking. It takes about 6 to 8 minutes. And then we check it and we see if it needs more. I got a lot in this pan. I have a feeling that's a little over a pound. All right, so my water is almost ready. I'm going to time it a little bit better and wait just a few more minutes. That way, as soon as the noodles are done, we can drain it, add it into the pasta with the creamy garlic sauce. So, all right. So since I'm doing this for demonstration purposes, I'm going to cook mine at a higher heat. I don't suggest turning up the heat. Take your time with it. Mine's going to turn out a little bit drier because I'm going to turn the heat up. So if you keep it at a medium heat, it will take a little bit longer, but that way your chicken is nice and tender and juicy. So we're going to talk about some I have a Chicken Genius class, which is all about different facts about chicken. Chicken is very healthy to eat, but they're also extremely fascinating creatures. There's one type of chicken where his tail continues to grow. And you should look it up. It's got like the super long tail. And they lay over like 100 eggs per year. And they can be different colors. So we're pretty blessed to have these on our earth. Alright, it's cooking up. Starting to go from pink to white. With this chicken, we'll be able to see it cooking where we get rid of all the pink, but chicken should be at 165 degrees for food safety. We also don't want to leave it in the refrigerator for too long before we use it. Chicken can be frozen, and there's a debate. Should we rinse our chicken or not rinse it? A lot of people say don't rinse your chicken because it can spread bacteria. Other people say you need to. So talk to your parents about that, what they prefer. So food safety is important, and I kind of do it both ways because I haven't decided. But there's a debate on that. Starting to cook up. Oh, it's looking good. All right, so as this is cooking, it's starting to absorb some of that oil. I'm going to use another half tablespoon. So you can do that when it starts to look like it's all dried up, it's all gone. You can add in a little bit more. Like I said, I thought I used a little bit more than a pound of chicken, so that's probably part of it. Sorry, my fan's going to go on. I haven't figured out how to get rid of that fan sound. All right, so just a smidge more. As that is cooking, feel free to get another container. We will be removing the chicken from the pan and putting it aside as we cook the sauce. It's good to not completely drain it. That way we save and preserve some of the flavorings from the chicken juice and also the salt and pepper that we used. So go ahead at this time, get a different bowl and a spatula or a spoon to help remove the chicken as soon as it's done cooking, and then we can proceed on to the creamy garlic sauce. And guys, this is going to be so good. It is similar to the chicken Alfredo. It is different, but it's similar. So in the class, if you take the chicken Alfredo and also this, let me know which one you prefer. This one to me is not quite as heavy. There's not as much cream and not as much butter. So both are good, and I don't know. I can't decide which one I like better. They are similar, but different. Getting close, guys. We got a few more minutes on this. And now would be a good time. You can see there's just a little bit of bubbles. Can't really see it, but there's just a little bit of bubbles starting to pop up. So we're going to go ahead and add our noodles on. Now on your box, it should have how long. So here it says bring 4 quarts of water to a boil. You don't have to be precise on the water, but you do want at least that amount of water. Me, I just fill it about halfway or enough to cover it. So for mine, it says boil uncovered for 10 to 12 minutes. So if you're using penne pasta, we can do this together. I'm going to set my alarm, and I like to use Mr. Moo. If you have a timer like this, one thing you want to do is you want to go past the number that you want, and then this little marker, put it right on the right on the 10. By going past it, it sets it correctly. If not, it could be faulty. All right, so Mr. Moo is going to keep time for us. You can also use your phone online. They have timers. If you guys are still in school, I'm sure you've seen your teachers use those timers. Just type in 10-minute timer, and YouTube, things like that will have timers available for you. Or you can do a kitchen one or on your microwave. There's a spot to set a timer. It's getting close, guys. So as I'm doing this, I see a couple pieces that need a little bit more love and attention. So I see how this is pink. I'll end up like flipping that one over, kind of pressing down on it a little bit to give a little extra heat. Right here, I want to flip this one over, let that cook a little bit more. So just kind of pay attention to how it's cooking up. This one right here, I want to flip over. And that probably needs another 2.5, 3 minutes for that. All right, as that's cooking, let me grab my colander, which is also the strainer. Depending on where you live, some people call these colanders, some people call them strainers. Just so you know what they're called. You can go ahead and put that in the sink. I'm going to get my hot pads ready. You can use hot pads, oven mitts. Just make sure you protect your hands. Things are getting hot and we definitely don't want to burn ourselves. Just stir it up. Getting those final touches. I found one more piece I want to flip over. Now, some things you can do if you're in a hurry, what you can do is you can buy a rotisserie chicken. Those are those pre-cooked chickens that you can get at like Walmart's or Gordon Food Service. You can take off the skin and debone it, where you pull the chicken away from the bone. It's called deboning. And save that chicken meat. You can use it where it's already pre-cooked and just make the sauce for it. So it's up to you how you want to do it. This is a super nice, quick, easy meal. So as long as you know how to make the sauce, you can use that pre-cooked chicken and save a lot of time. We're learning how to slice our chicken, season it, and slow cook it for the extra tenderness. But those rotisserie chickens are a really good option as well. My chicken is almost done, guys. Got one piece that wants to be stubborn, so I'll flip him over. Make sure though that your chicken is cooked all the way through. There's something called salmonella, which can get you really an upset stomach. So chicken, for food safety, you want to kill off the fact that there might by chance be salmonella that got mixed in with it. So go ahead and cook it through and it's completely safe. You don't have to worry about that. Each different kind of fresh food will have different things that we have to watch out for, just like fruits and vegetables can spoil. Meat can have some obstacles too that we have to prevent anybody getting sick from the food. So take your time, clean your hands, put your hair up, use clean utensils, try to clean as you go, but we are almost ready to pull this chicken out. You should stir your pasta noodles. And since you guys are new to cooking, use a hot pad to control your pan. I should do that anyway. So hold on to your pan, stir, and do that, I don't know, every 2 to 4 minutes. Stir your noodles to make sure they're not sticking. And I think we're ready, guys. Let me double check. It's looking good. So this is a little different than beef. Beef, a lot of times if you get steak, people like it medium, rare, well done, things like that. But chicken, we don't do that. Chicken, we need to cook all the way through. All right, so now we are ready to put our chicken into a separate container and set aside. So I'm going to do that now. Let me show you what it looks like. So there you can see it. And we got our noodles cooking. This is going to time out pretty good. All right, so here we're going to get the chicken out. You can go ahead and leave your stove on. Almost done. Take your time because this is hot. This is hot. I'm going to set it aside. All right, so as you can see, I got some fluid left in here, and that is okay. We want all that flavor. Now what we're going to add is 2 tablespoons of butter and then your 4 minced cloves of garlic. If you are using the pre-cut, the pre-minced, minced is the little pieces. Go ahead and do 2 to 4, well, about 3 teaspoons, which is 1 tablespoon of garlic. All right, so we want 2 tablespoons of butter. One nice thing about butter sticks is here you can see 2 tablespoons, so you do 1, 2, and just cut it right there, and you can put that in. Or if you have a tub, you can measure it out. If you have a big block, you can still measure it into your tablespoon spoon. I would suggest using butter instead of margarine, especially like Country Crock, because of the oil to water ratio. So margarine is made with oil and water, and depending on the brand, a lot of them have a lot of water, and it will change your outcome of your recipe. It can still be made that way, but it is different, especially if you're making cookies. Cookies, you should really use real butter if you can. All right, so, and if you are using margarine, use a higher oil content. You want 70% or higher. Some have like 55%. So look for 70% or higher. All right, so we got this cooking down. I'm gonna add in my minced garlic. So you're gonna want about 1 tablespoon or 3 of the teaspoons. Either is fine, it's the same amount. Or just go ahead and put those 4 minced up cloves in there. Depending on how much you like garlic, you can add more or leave some out. Oh, it sounds like our noodles are just about ready. So the noodles will be hot. We want to make sure that they are nice and cooked through. I have a feeling these need a little bit longer. So you need either, careful, it's going to be hot. Do a little bite test. I do want about 2 more minutes on these. They're tasting good though. So for the timer, you can go ahead and put 2 more minutes on. Remember how I went past it? Past it for the pasta. All right, now, let's get that stirred in. We are ready for the next step, guys. This is what it should look like. So there you go, it's starting to bubble and get all delicious. Now for the next step, we're gonna need 1.5 cups of heavy cream. This is heavy whipping cream, same thing. Heavy cream or heavy whipping cream. 1.5 cups of this. So we're gonna get our measuring cup. We're gonna do 1. Make sure you read it though, because there are times this could be 2 cups. So get 1 cup. And then if you're used to this, you can fill this halfway, or you can fill the half cup. So why don't you go ahead and use the half cup? So we have 1 plus our half. All right, so just go ahead and put that on in. It's cooking up good. Our noodles are done. Let's go ahead and add our milk real quick. So for our milk, we need 1 cup of milk. Ah. Where did that go? I don't know where the top went, guys. I don't know, the top's gone. All right, 1 cup of milk. Let that, I found it. It fell into one of my cups. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna let that cook on down. Now we're gonna go over to our sink and drain our noodles. So grab your hot pads. This can be really hot. Turn off your stove. Please ask a grown-up to help you if you need help. I do not want you getting hot water, boiling hot water on your body. So if you need a grown-up to help, ask them to please help you now. We're gonna go over to the sink. Got our strainer. We're gonna carefully pour that away from us. There we go. If you have any noodles that are on the bottom of your pan, go ahead and scrape those out. And then don't put this right back on the hot stove area. You can find a different spot. We do not want it to keep cooking. So I set mine aside. We're gonna finish up our sauce. Guys, we are almost ready to eat. All right, now what we need is our Parmesan cheese, red pepper, Italian seasoning, and if we need a little bit more salt and pepper, we can do that. All right, so I have, this is what they had at my store. It's really hard to find. This is a Parmesan and Romano mix. You can use this, or you can use the shaker cheese, but it's supposed to be with 100% Parmesan cheese. You can grate it up yourself, or you can buy it pre-shredded, or you can get the type that you shake out. All right, so we need 1 cup of this. Let's get our measuring cup. There we go. And just let me get you guys so you can see what I'm doing. All right, welcome back. There we go. All right, so you just kind of shake that on in, kind of spread it out a little bit. All right, we got that. Then what we need is our Italian seasoning. Not too much of this, just 1 teaspoon. What's nice is they have it pre-made for us. And get your little measuring spoons. Now, when you're following the recipe, make sure you follow, is it teaspoon or tablespoon? It makes a difference. We only need 1 teaspoon. So this is a brand new one. Gotta open it up. I go through a lot of Italian seasoning. 1 sec. Alright, so now measure 1 teaspoon and just put it on into your sauce. You guys getting excited? Feels pretty good to cook for yourself, doesn't it? And in the classroom, let me know, who are you sharing this meal with? Who is going to be the lucky people? Who are going to be the lucky people? who get to try your creation. So there we go. We have it all cooking up. Go ahead and stir that up. Give it a little swirl. That way that cheese can kind of melt down. Also, the fluids are going to evaporate a little bit to thicken the sauce. It's going to be so good, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, so here it asks for crushed red pepper flakes. That'll give it a little bit of heat, a little bit of zing. I don't like spicy food, so I'm just going to use a little bit of tomato basil. Just give it a little bit of extra flavor. But if you like the spiciness, go ahead and use the red pepper. Me, I'm just going to give it a little extra flavor with this. That's one thing, is I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to spicy stuff. But I know a lot of people love it. And we need one more thing. All right, and then if you want to add a little salt and pepper, I'm going to wait to add salt and pepper till the end. It might not need it. It depends on your taste. So this is cooking down. We got that. It's kind of boiling a little bit. I forgot I turned my heat up higher than what you guys have. It should be on medium. You don't really want it to boil. And now we're going to add our chicken that we have already cooked. Carefully spoon that back in. Definitely don't want this to splash on you because it will be hot. This time it has some extra juices. I'm not adding this extra juice. We don't want it too runny. So any juices that came off of your chicken and landed into your bowl, you don't need to add that. That's why I'm scooping it out. All right, guys, it's starting to seem like it is almost ready. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simmer this down. Let's see what the recipe's called for. What did I give it? For about 5 minutes. Okay, so guys, you just made creamy garlic chicken pasta, Parmesan. And let it sit for 5 minutes. Like I said, you can set your timer on your microwave, on a phone, or you can go to YouTube and get the timer. Just type in 5-minute timer and start playing that. Let this simmer for a little bit. And I will show you the way I like to serve it. So all you need to do is remember where you put your... All right, so you get your noodles. Just go ahead and get up everybody some noodles. And scoop out, got your noodles, scoop out some chicken and some of that sauce. Pour it right on top. And there you have your chicken, creamy chicken, garlic Parmesan. Just serve it up. This goes really good with garlic bread, a side salad. I'd like to know what side dishes that you would like, but a lot of these kind of meals, they like to have bread and butter. So thanks so much. Make sure when you are done simmering, after about 5 minutes, you can let this sit for 2 minutes or so to kind of thicken the sauce. Make sure you turn off your stove. I can't wait to see your pictures uploaded in the classroom, and I'll see you soon.